Hey folks, this is Dr. Tim Dunne, and I'm at Advocate Integrative Medicine in Johnson City. Let's talk 85% of the healthcare pie in the United States. What is 85%, folks? It's chronic disease. That's 85%. I keep saying that because it's such a huge factor in American healthcare. Acute care is 10%. 3 to 5% is going to be genetic, and we can talk about that at another time. Today is chronic disease. What is chronic disease? Chronic disease means that it ramps up over time. If it ramps up over time, folks, then there's nothing else that it can be except something that you're doing on a regular basis. Does that make sense? So let's talk about it. Chronic disease, by definition, are two things: deficiencies and toxins. When your daily activities are not giving your body what it needs, those are deficiencies. Great, Dr. Dunne. What are some examples? If you're not getting enough sunlight, you'll be vitamin D deficient. When you're vitamin D deficient, your immune system lowers and you're going to be more prone to viral type of infections. COVID. Exactly. You gotta be in the sun. If you can't be in the sun, you gotta be supplemented. That's an example. So deficiencies, what are some deficiencies? The number one deficiency, folks, is your mindset. It's between your ears. We affectionately call this stinking thinking. It's when you talk to yourself in a negative way. I look fat. I'm not smart. I can't do that. Those are things that are negatively affecting your psyche and you don't see the impact. Stop the stinking thinking, get back on track, and lift yourself up, folks. Lift yourself up with something positive. If you need more, get up 15 minutes early and read the Bible. Meditate. Have some quiet time. Plan your day. Plan your work and work your plan. That's mindset. The number two thing for deficiency is nervous system. If your brain can't communicate with your tissues, you're gonna have a problem. Example, Dr. Dunne. If you have a spinal cord injury and it leads you to paralysis, that's 100% loss of nerve flow, correct? What if it's just 50% loss? What if that nerve going from your brain to your heart is only compressed at 50%? Folks, what that means is that those tissues are only getting 50% of the nerve flow. And in time, that will lead to chronic disease. That will lead to chronic problems. That was number two. Number three, vitamins, minerals, we clump them together into nutrients. If you're not getting what your body needs through its food and water and sunlight, it will create problems for you. Mindset, nerve flow, nutrients. What's number four, Doc? Oxygen. High intensity interval training, critical piece. Exercise does what for you, folks? Two things. Exercise does what? Increase oxygen consumption and regulate hormones. That's the purpose of exercise. That's the first thing you should be thinking when you think of an exercise program. Going for a stroll down the street is not the same as doing wind sprints. It's about oxygen consumption. And the last thing, folks, I have 4 deficiencies. The last thing, number 5, is toxins. Deficiencies and toxins. What do we mean by toxins? Garbage. If we're not getting clean, filtered water, if we're drinking sodas, if we're eating processed food, if we're consuming sugars, folks, those are toxins. If you're smoking, folks, those are toxins. When you combine these two things in different percentages, will give you different diseases. You mix that up with a little bit of genetic sprinkling, And that's where we get different diseases and different problems. Does that make sense, folks? So let's wrap this up. Chronic disease is what drives our healthcare system. 85% of our healthcare system is chronic disease. That's how we live our lives, folks. If you don't like your outcomes, change what you're doing. It's the definition of insanity. Don't be insane. Take control, step up your game, and let's get things done. I hope this helps, folks. If it does, like us, love us, share us. Let everybody know where we're at. I'm Dr. Tim Dunne. I'm an advocate, integrative medicine in Johnson City, Tennessee.